Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Escondido City Council. Please rise for a moment of reflection and remain standing for the flag salute.
Yes, please join me in a moment of reflection. We come together tonight to say thank you. Thank you for the privilege, the blessing, the honor it is to serve here in the city of Escondido. We come together tonight as a diverse community, a community from backgrounds, different beliefs, different presents, and different futures, yet one common goal, that is the betterment of this city. We come together tonight to seek guidance, wisdom, and discernment during deliberations that transpire this evening. In doing so, we lift up Councilmember Fitzgerald, Councilmember Joe Garcia, Councilmember Christian Garcia, Deputy Mayor Martinez, and Mayor White. May they be granted peace and wisdom as they lead our city into a bright and prosperous future. Amen.
Please repeat with me the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This meeting is called to order, and we'll do a quick roll call. Councilmember Fitzgerald.
Present.
Councilman Christian Garcia.
Here.
Councilman Joe Garcia.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Martinez.
Present.
And I, Mayor White, am here. Do we have a report out of closed session tonight?
No public report. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. We'll move on to certificates of recognition, and I'll turn the time over to Councilmember Fitzgerald.
People being interviewed. You saw videos and pictures of people loading trucks and getting a lot of attention. What I would like to do is I would actually like to highlight somebody. We have a local hero here who didn't get any attention. There were no cameras, no pictures were taken, and she didn't post anything on social media, just a very private, something that came from the heart. Shabak Altruism is a nonprofit at North County Fair Mall, and it serves those in need, from young moms to those who just need food, clothing, whatever it could be. The founder, Dr. Carol, who is with us here tonight, her heart to serve extends not just here and in San Diego County, but she made the decision on her own to make an impact, to try to help the families up in the LA that were victims to the LA fire. She rallied up just the community, friends. She reached out, she picked up phones. In no time at all, she was able to collect over 5 large U-Haul trucks worth of items to donate. Then it came time to pay for that. And someone else from our community who isn't here, and I'll be recognizing in private, paid for that. So I just really wanted to highlight a local hero that we have. So Dr. Carol, if you could come up and join me. Please welcome her up, guys. It's a huge...
Oh my goodness.
So this is a proclamation from our mayor, Dane White. I, Dane White, Mayor of the City of Escondido, County of San Diego, State of California, would like to recognize Dr. Natria D. Carroll of Shabak Hope and Resource Center for her efforts to assist victims of the recent fires in Los Angeles. And it's signed by the mayor and all the council members. And again, it takes a community. We talk about everybody participating. Look into how you may want to support this incredible organization, volunteer, donate, get the word out. Again, I just thank you for your big heart, your selfless sacrifice to serve others, and the impact you've made. And we're grateful to have you in our city, and I'm grateful you're in my district. So, congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get a picture.
Thank you for that. We'll move on now to oral communications. Do we have any non-agenda public comments?
None.
Okay. That takes us to the consent calendar, and item 5 has been pulled for discussion by staff. So items 1 through 4 and 6 through 9 are on consent. I'll move to approve items 1 through 4 and 6 through 9 and would ask for a second.
Second.
Perfect.
Voting is open. Motion approved, 5-0.
All right. That takes us to item 5. Time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. Item 5 is a request for initiation of an annexation application. The city's annexation policy requires your council's approval before an applicant can submit and process an annexation application to the city. The annexation policy also requires the applicant to first submit a letter requesting your council's approval to initiate the annexation. The initiation letter is attached to item 5 as attachment number 1. That attachment included an incorrect project description. The applicant has provided a revised project description, and that's been distributed for your review. The staff report remains unchanged. Staff's recommendation for your approval is also unchanged. That concludes my remarks.
So you're still recommending approval? Okay.
Yes.
I'll move to approve item 5. All right. Please open the, I guess I don't have to ask you that anymore, huh?
Oh, you can, it's totally fine. Voting is open, yeah. Motion approved, 5-0.
Thank you. All right, on to our current business. Item 10 is the board and commission term extensions.
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, I have 2 items for you. The first is our board and commission term extensions. This is rather brief. As a result of the time it took to bring forward the Measure I Citizens Oversight Committee appointments, 3 of the candidates for that particular board also had terms set to expire on March 31st. As a result of that, I'm asking the council extend the terms of all commissioners whose terms were set to expire on March 31st to May 31st, provide adequate time for those applicants if they choose to reapply for their seats, as well as for further public outreach for people who may want to fill those seats. And that would just extend the terms for 2 months and provide quorum for those boards for these next 2 months until those seats are filled. And here's the list of the members who would be being extended for 2 months.
Anybody on the council have any questions with respect to that? Go ahead.
Does this change the deadline? There you are, Zach. I was looking for you down there. Does this change the deadline? Can you just also share just in general
Sure.
we're in the recruitment stages this month
Yeah.
of boards and commissions. Kind of, does this change that timeline? Or are we still on schedule with our current boards and commissions appointment process and then just keeping them in their seats? So then the new folks who get selected or reappointed would take place after May 31st?
Yeah, so the way the appointment process is going to work, the deadline to apply is March 31st for these seats. The interviews are scheduled for April 16th, and then the appointments will be brought back beginning of May. So there's still time for members of the public who are watching or in the audience who are interested in applying to fill out an application. You can go onto the city's website, city clerk's page, and you can fill out your application online. And there's these seats listed are the ones that are up for reappointment. Great.
Would you like to make the motion too?
Yes, I'll move to approve.
I'll second that.
Great. Voting is open. Motion approved, 5-0.
Awesome. Item 11 is Measure I Citizens Oversight Committee appointments.
Yes, Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council. The Citizens Oversight Committee, just for everyone's edification, there's 5 total members, 1 member from the Escondido Police Officers Association, 1 member from the Escondido Firefighter Association, 1 member from the San Diego County Taxpayer Association, and then the council has the opportunity to appoint 3 individuals, 1 who represents the business community, 1 who represents the community at large, and then an individual who is an alternate in case there is a lack of quorum at a meeting. Then, as it relates to the appointment process, as you're aware, we went through an open application process. Members were interviewed, and then those recommendations are now coming before the City Council. The terms of service are 2 years. Members can serve a maximum of 3 consecutive terms. This is the only commission that we have that has term limits, just for everyone's clarification. Members continue until a successor is appointed and vacancies are filled for the entire unexpired term. Members who are appointed can only have an absence of 2 consecutive meetings without excuse. If they do have those absences, they would be immediately taken off of the commission, and the City Council has the authority to remove members with or without cause. Meetings are currently scheduled per the ordinance to happen biannually, but they could occur more depending upon council direction and the Citizens Oversight Committee bylaws that are yet to be established. And then a majority constitutes quorum. Meetings are open to the Brown Act. There's the power and duties of the Citizens Oversight Committee. They provide an annual audit of revenue collected, provide that report to the City Council within 90 days of each fiscal year, and the City Manager gets to designate the administrative support for that particular board. The nominees are as follows. For the business seat, Carol Rogers. For the at-large seat, Sabrina Covington. And then for the alternate seat, Carl Edward Trujillo. And in addition to this, I wanted to remind the council, we spoke during the council vision workshop on March 5th about creating guidelines or any sort of input the council wants to provide to the Measure I Oversight Committee. And what is going to occur is on March 31st, we're going to have a boards and commissions subcommittee meeting. That committee is made up of Mayor Dane White as well as Councilmember Christian Garcia to review recommendations as to what the direction the council would like to provide the Measure I Oversight Committee. Then we bring those recommendations to the full council at a later date, likely early May. So these are the appointments before you. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if appointed, members are here for me to be able to swear in following their appointment.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions about the proposed appointments? Just for the record, I'll say, part of the thought process that went into this was the recommendation from my colleagues, first off, active engagement and participation in the community already, business experience and things like that. So I feel like this meets the needs of the Citizens Oversight Committee, and I will go ahead and make the motion to approve Carol Rogers, Sabrina Covington, and Carl Edward Trujillo.
I'll second.
Any other questions?
Can I make a comment? We had an amazing pool of candidates. Very, very impressive. I know that when I gave my recommendations to the mayor, it was very difficult for me, but I just want to commend everybody who had applied and did the interview. It is difficult, but thank you so much. If you weren't nominated, it's not because you weren't qualified. It was a tough decision. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, everybody.
I'll ditto that.
Yeah, basically, I would ditto that too. I went back to my notes the night, or when we had the interviews, I was making notes on each one of those that applied. And I went back to review my notes, and I really found it very difficult how highly qualified each one of the applicants. So it was a tough decision, but nonetheless, I appreciate that we all had an opportunity to provide input, and now we have clarity. I do have one question. Just everybody that applied, those that applied for the at-large, those that applied for the business seat, they all qualified, then all within the requirements, right?
Correct, Councilmember Garcia. Yes, every individual was qualified. There were applicants who did apply who were not eligible and were not in the pool of candidates that you interviewed.
Yeah, and thank you. Eligible is the word, not qualified, because they were all qualified. You're right. Thank you very much. That concludes my questions and remarks.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you to all who applied and for wanting to take on this role. I really appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and support the recommended candidates. I'm typically, not a fan of serving in more than one board and commission, but I understand this is a unique board, and that doesn't apply, right? That rule doesn't apply to this?
Correct.
Okay.
Any current council member or current commissioner is eligible to serve
Got
on
it.
the Citizens Oversight Committee.
Okay, thank you.
If there's nothing else, let's vote.
Voting is open. Motion approved, 5-0. And Mayor White, before we proceed to the next item, would you like me to swear the individuals in at this time?
Let's do it.
Yeah, so first, Sabrina Covington, if you want to come to the podium. I, Sabrina Covington, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
California.
the Constitution of the State of California.
I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well
and I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which
upon which
I am about to enter.
I am about to enter.
Congratulations, official now.
Thank you.
Oh, oh, well, there you go. Would you like a picture? You're good? Okay. Car- All right, Carol, would you mind raising your right hand and repeat after me? I,
I,
Carol Rogers,
Carol Rogers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
California
the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well
and I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which
upon which
I'm about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, official now.
Thank you.
Would you like a picture?
Hey, Zach, how long did it take you to memorize that?
And he breaks it down so nicely.
I've done it a few times, yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's great. Carl, are you here? Oh, there you are. Perfect. Come on up, Carl. Yeah, great. Oh, perfect. Right on, Carl. Nice to see you. Yes, perfect. Right up here. Cool. All right, Carl. Yeah. Do you mind raising your right hand and repeat after me? I, Carl Edward Trujillo,
Carl Edward Trujillo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and I will well
and I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which
upon which
I'm about to enter.
I am about to enter.
Congratulations, official now. Way to
Thank
go.
you, thank you.
Yeah, totally. Do you want a picture or anything like that? You got it? Perfect. Right on. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council.
Thank you all and congratulations again. Does anybody have anything they need to add to a future agenda? If not, we'll move on to council member subcommittee reports and other reports. We'll start with Councilmember Fitzgerald.
You know, let's start with Councilmember Joe Garcia. I have to look at my list here. There were so many. Thank you.
All right, well, I have a couple of reports that I'd like to make. Last week, I had the opportunity to be at the National League of Cities in Washington, D.C., representing our city. I had received an appointment, presidential appointment to the Large Cities Council, and that was one of the reasons that I had the opportunity to attend. In addition to that, the mayor and I, and I'm sure he will speak to that, had an opportunity to meet with our congressional representatives as we were there to advocate for our city and our needs. So that was last week. And Sunday, the day before I left, there was a mariachi festival here in Escondido, put on by Rotary Route 78. It was a fantastic, as usual, a fantastic event, and I would say that most people enjoyed probably the tacos and tequila. I'm hoping the the tacos was more enjoyable in the tequila part, but who knows? It was a wonderful event, a lot of fun, and that concludes my report.
Councilmember Garcia?
All right, thank you so much. So last week, I had a Clean Energy Alliance meeting. The budget seems to be very promising right now. We are looking to be pretty aggressive in terms of allocating our renewable energy resources. One of the things I talked to the CEO about, Greg Wade, is getting him here to present probably in the summer, so I'm looking forward to have him present to the City Council again. As always, I'm speaking with constituents, and I will keep it short this time, and just thank you to my community for the privilege of serving you.
You ready down there? Or you need one more?
Oh, sure. Yes, so last week, the Chamber of Commerce. It's on. Last week, I attended the Health and Wellness Expo that the Chamber of Commerce put on with the County of San Diego. It was right here on the office off of Washington. A lot of, about 20 local vendors. A few are here. A really well-attended event. They're going to be holding that annually, maybe even semi-annually. I met with the air pollution control chair recently here in Escondido, and she shared the news that we are one of 8 in San Diego County who's going to be having an air pollution, and you're going to, Consuelo, you can help me with this. I can't
It's monitoring equipment.
Yeah,
in
so
our
we're going to be
city.
1 in 8, which is really, it's huge. The next closest is Camp Pendleton and La Mesa, so I'm very grateful for that. This morning, I attended the Rising Stars Charitable Scholarship Foundation. John Schwab is here. He and his wife put that on every year. Again, incredible students that overcame so many things, and the stories that you hear and just their drive and their passion to do good and do good in our city. We just have a promising future with those young individuals, and that is all I have right now. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes, I'll try to keep mine short. I do have lots of updates. But yeah, I also attended the 11th Annual Mariachi Festival. It's my 11th year attending it. And it's been like Rotary Fundraiser Week, because there was also the Rotary After 5 fundraiser and the Coeur de Cuisine. So all the Rotaries in Escondido are planning their fundraisers in the same month. I attended a North County Food Policy Council meeting. I have a community cleanup. I have monthly in-district community cleanups. My next one is this Saturday. You can sign up at volunteer.escondido.org, and it's going to be at the Escondido Child Development Center at Lincoln. And we do have, I see some students here, we do have community service hours available if you need that. Also save the date for Earth Day at Washington Park, Saturday, April 5th from 10 to 2. Still accepting applications for people who want to have a booth there, and it's free for the community to have a table there and to also participate. I also had the opportunity to participate with the Meals on Wheels organization and deliver meals to seniors, and was able to have lunch with our seniors at the Park Avenue Community Center, as well as read the proclamation for Mary Rodello, who is retiring this month, and she's been there at the Senior Center and also served for the Escondido Fire Department. So that was a lovely send-off for her. And then lastly, I met with the new executive director of the YMCA. There's some exciting plans to expand services at the YMCA, long overdue, and I'm just excited about partnerships and the new services that they will bring to our city. Oh, yes, and we had go ahead, I'll turn it back to you so you can talk about it.
And we had a school subcommittee meeting. All right.
All right, I attended the Sandag meeting where the conversation was mostly around the proposed stopover downtown. Stopover is a fancy way of saying break room. Proposed $70 million project. I went to the reopening of the Grand Comedy Club in the mall, and he was on the news, and you ought to watch the clip because he sings the city of Escondido's praises. City staff were very helpful to him through that process, and he says he couldn't have done it without them. So that was very cool. Attended the Chamber Mixer, Government Affairs lunch, and then one of my favorite stops I've made over the last 2 years was to issue a proclamation for Doris Kingsbury in celebration of her 100th birthday. And when I walked in her house, she said, "Who's that man?" And I said, "I'm Mayor White, nice to meet you." She said, "You're the mayor? I don't agree with you, but I'm thrilled you're here." It was awesome. And that concludes my report. City Manager,
Nothing to report.
any public comments?
None.
This meeting's adjourned.